Well, guys, this is a video I never thought I would ever make. We lost Mom. So yeah, we ended up losing Mom due to complications from the surgery on New Year's Eve, just last Sunday night, I guess. So I just wanted to thank everybody for all your words of encouragement and support for Dad. You know, certainly the last video when Dad mentioned that the surgery went good. It did go good according to the doctors, and you know, it turned out the tumor that was blocking her intestine was cancer. But the surgery went good. They were worried that it was close to her pancreas, but they got it all. And they said the surgery went good. Now, I guess where the problems lied afterwards is, of course, you know, it was a major surgery, and Mom did have her carotid artery surgery the week before because they were worried about a stroke because of she had a 93% blockage, and that went well, and actually Mom seemed to be perking up from that, which, you know, she's been tired for a long time, and I would equate that could have been it. I don't know. The crappy part is it took so long for them to find the blockage, which, I don't know, you get angry and you're like, how did they not find it? You know, you got scopes and CTs and why did it take so long? And with Mom being sick for the last 6 months, and, you know, essentially, if she would eat, and it all started, if she ate any amount, she got a stomach ache, and then it got to be where, you know, sometimes she would throw up, and then it got to be where, you know, every time she ate, she would get sick. And, you know, this went on, basically, it started when Mom and Dad were in Yuma, but it certainly escalated August 1st after we were camping the long weekend in Barkerville. And we were sitting around the campfire, and Mom said, oh, I can see like weird pixels in like the top left corner. And my daughter Piper, you know, we're all kind of smart arses or whatever. She's like, oh, well, if you're she's like, put your arms up, Grandma, if you're having a stroke. Then, you know, like the commercials on TV say, and Grandma put her arms up and, you know, kind of had a chuckle. And anyways, that night, you know, we all went to bed. We didn't stay up late or anything. And about 11 o'clock, Dad bangs on the motorhome door, you know, to say that Mom can't feel her legs. And has to borrow the Jeep to run her into Quesnel, which is about a 45-minute to an hour drive away from Barkerville. So yeah, Dad took her in the Jeep, rushed her down there. They checked her all out. They figured she had a minor stroke. Said that it was good that we got her in when we did, because she could have had a massive heart attack. Said they couldn't find any cancer or anything like that. So, anyways, you know, we carry on. Go back to Prince George, get the doctors there on it, and, you know, it's that same old story. Well, we'll do some tests, and da-da-da-da-da. And anyways, it seemed like it would get worse until, you know, Mom was getting sick all the time and getting weaker and weaker, and then Dad ended up taking her to emergency. And she'd be in there, I think she was in there for 2 or 3 days, put the IV bag on it. Basically, she was dehydrated, get her hydrated up again, and then she'd be good and go home. And I think this happened like 3 times, and finally the last time, you know, Mom was so weak that Dad and Steve had to pack her out to the pickup. And I remember my brother Steve called me, and he was really upset because he's like, is this the last time I'm going to see my mom? But it wasn't. And so they kept Mom in there, and of course, you know, now it's like they're keeping her in until they figure this out. They discovered the carotid artery, and they were going to do surgery in October, but But yeah, because mom kept getting sick, they postponed it because they didn't want her to get sick and have the stitches pull out. Which, in hindsight, they should have done and did what they ended up doing. So, anyways, it ended up where I can't remember if they found the blockage or they knew there was a blockage, but they didn't know exactly what it was, and it was close to the pancreas. And so what they ended up doing is they put a tube through mom's nose that went down into her stomach. And the one thing with that is it suctioned out everything that was in her stomach. And I think they delayed doing it because it's quite uncomfortable and most people really do not like it. But like mom said, just not getting sick every day, it didn't bother her. Like she could feel it a bit when she talked. But so it was, she didn't get sick. And then what they did is they put this liquid food stuff right into your blood veins. That's kind of weird. It's like they hook you up to a jug of milk. If you're Canadian, do you remember the the milk in a plastic bag that you'd stick in the thing? It kind of looked like that, but a little more expensive. So yeah, the plan was to get her to build some strength back up so that she could, fight. Or I shouldn't say fight, but have the strength for the surgery, because one of the things that the doctors were worried about was, because of her carotid artery, they said there's a good chance she could have a massive stroke while they're operating. Well, they did the carotid artery surgery and that went well, but yeah, after, we saw mom Christmas Day. She had the operation to remove the tumor on Boxing Day. And dad said, he's like, mom's sore, tired, not really feeling up to a bunch of guests, or people or whatever. So, just give it a day or two before you come see her. So we gave it a day or two. And then dad's like, yeah, your mom's still not, she's sleeping all the time and, maybe just give it a day or two. Well, dad saw mom every single day, usually twice a day. And at the last day, or the day before the last day, dad was there and mom was quite out of it. She was there, but not there. And the nurses said they gave her, some sedatives or whatever because she had discomfort. And I guess her temperature had gone up, so they did start antibiotics and surgery on your gizzard intestine is dangerous because that's where all the yuckiness goes. And so anyways, dad left. He went to my brother's to check out his new side-by-side that evening, and the next day dad came in to see mom, and she was laying down. I'm not going to say out of it, sleeping or whatever. She was, let's call it sleeping. And they came in and they did a chest x-ray and they kind of propped mom up, and mom kind of slumped to the side a little bit, and dad was irritated because it looked uncomfortable, and and of course they handle you. And so dad set mom back down, made sure she was comfortable, and he was looking at her and he was thinking, I guess, he's like, I don't know if she doesn't look like she's breathing. And just then the nurse walked in. He's like, I don't think she's breathing. And the nurse checked her pulse, and then, yeah, instantly all hell broke loose, I guess. And they started doing the chest compressions and whisked the other guy in the room out. And pretty soon there's a room full of nurses, and they fought. They got her back. And my brother got a call from the hospital that, he should come in. So Steve called me, and we went in, and I texted dad and I said, we're on our way in. And he's like, oh, you probably don't need to worry about it right this second because the room is full of people, full of nurses. And it's like, well, we're coming anyways. And yeah, mom, by the time we got there, Dad was, of course, there the whole time, and they had intubated her, and they were putting IVs and lines in, and she was going again, basically. They were getting her stabilized to move her for a CT scan, and so they had to get her stable for that. And anyways, the doctor said, "Come back in about an hour, and we should have, some clarification. But we're moving her to ICU." So you'll come back downstairs, and so anyways, we came back downstairs to ICU, and they had Mom on I don't know, a whole bunch of machines, and they were doing everything they could to keep her rolling, but in the end they figured there was some internal bleeding and her blood wasn't clotting, and they were having troubles finding veins, and the doctor said to Dad, "We're doing everything we can," and he's like, "There's nothing more we can do." And it ended up this medication that they use to keep your blood pressure up, she was maxed out on it, and he's like, "There's nothing more we can do. We can't give any more of this stuff." So anyways, they slowed down the medication, and her blood pressure went down, and she just stopped breathing, and her heart stopped. That was it. 15 minutes to midnight on New Year's Eve. So I don't know what the actual time of death was, but Dad was there. Steve and I, we didn't go back. In some ways I think, well, maybe I should have gone back, but then it's like, do you go back to the hospital just to watch your mom die? And in all reality, I think she was already gone after the first big heart attack, I guess it was, or whatever. And, essentially her body just wasn't strong enough to make it through. So, I know it's a little bit emotional, and I didn't mean to get clipped. But, you guys, the support you've given Dad has been awesome. He's still surprised that you guys like him so much. He's just a old truck driver from the day. We had trucks. We've been through all the ups and downs and the struggles, and so one of the things I'm trying to, I don't know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, but all I know is I'm gonna make it work. Mom and Dad don't have a lot of money. I mean, they're not broke, but Dad's, it's been a tough go. The recession of '08 kicked the crap out of them, and I know there's some concern of Dad, keeping things rolling without having Mom's pension coming in too, but I'll do whatever I have to do to keep Dad where he's comfortable and can stay at the house. Mom loved the property where the shop is, and which was our old house, and Mom and Dad were actually the ones back in 2006 that pointed out that property to us. So this last year their dog died too, Rusty. So Rusty's buried on the property, and so Dad would like to stay there. So whatever I can do to keep Dad on the property, if that's what he wants, that's what I'm going to do. If I have to... Sorry, guys. If I have to sell some trucks, that's what we'll do. I'm not going to start saying I'm selling trucks, because I'm going to do whatever the hell I can to keep things rolling. I'm a young guy. I got a good job. If I got to sell some stuff, that's what I'll do to keep paying the mortgage on both places. But, and I mean, cut the rent. Anyways, we're going to figure it out. I'm going to try not to sell a truck, but, and the plan is to still make videos. Dad wants to make videos. He still wants to tinker on the trucks because it's one, it's a great distraction and it's fun. You know, the fun part is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get it all done in a day, because like Dad said in the last videos, they're not working trucks. They're not, you don't have to have it ready to go for Monday morning. And I think especially now that Dad's alone, it's a good distraction. So, sorry, I don't mean to be so teary. Maybe my face is just red because I'm fat. But yeah, so I did a thing, and I'm going to ask you guys for some help here. So I opened up it's called Buy Me a Coffee. And I was thinking, if I could get 1,000 people to buy Dad a coffee for $5, you know, then he could afford to buy some coffees after, you know, paying for Mom's funeral costs and stuff, or whatever. Like, I want to help Dad. I don't want to be a charity, but, you know, it is going to be tough on him. And, you know, I thought if he has some fans out there, then why not ask, you know? It's going to be linked in the description, and it's called Buy Me a Coffee. You can buy Dad 1 coffee, 2 coffees, 3 coffees. It's kind of like a, I don't know, crowdfunding, whatever. And to help with Dad with an income, I'd like to try and set it up where he can, and I mean, I don't know, it's all entirely up to him as to how he could do it. And Dad's not very computer literate, but you know, maybe have a membership thing where, you know, people could get access for advice or whatever, or at least, you know, maybe I could build the channel to where it can actually, you know, pay him for his efforts. So, but anyways, if you guys got a spare $5, you know what, click the link in below, buy me a coffee, and it's all for Dad. You know, I'll figure out how we're going to make it all work, because that's just what we do. We look after each other. And, you know, I'm at my home shop now, at the new house or other house or whatever you want to call it. You can see it's not big enough for trucks. So we got to keep the other properties one way or another. I got my Super Duty behind me. And right there is my camper that you've seen in the videos. And Mom loved camping, and she loved campers. And, you know, so when I told her I bought the camper, she was thrilled, because she thought that was a better way to spend some money than going on a stupid cruise or something like that. And so, yeah, anyways, when I look at the camper, it makes me think of Mom and camping, and yeah, she loved it. And you know, Mom and Dad were together for 56 years, which is a long time. I'm 51, so my brother's 54. And Mom looked after everything for Dad. You know, when they go camping, Mom would get us close together. She looked after the bills. She looked after GST reports when they had the company, and so it's going to be tough on Dad. You know, Dad's worked out of town. He's driven truck for 60 years, you know, so he can handle being alone, but he doesn't want to be alone. You know, when no one's there and the lights go out and you're all alone and your mind starts to think, is when it gets really tough. So I'm going to keep him busy. We're going to get that silly old Peterbilt. We're going to get a transmission in it. We're going to get it painted, and gosh dang darn it, we're going to get through this. So anyways, guys, I don't want to go on and on forever and have a big tearjerker fest, but you know what? I really appreciate all your support. It means a lot, and your support for Dad. You know, because there's not a lot of people that really care about an old trucker, you know what I mean? But there's 60 years of knowledge and skill and wisecracks and jokes, and I want to share as much of it with the world as I can, because, you know, even Dad won't be there forever. And you know, a lot of you have said, enjoy the time with him because of that very reason. And I wouldn't be where I am today without Dad. Like, you know, he taught me everything I know about trucks, and you know, there was the days where it was tough love, but I got into truck sales because of Dad. You know, Dad came to me, he was like, Western Star's looking for a salesman, you should apply. And I was like, oh, yeah. Because I always wanted to get out of the truck and do something different. And, you know, it wasn't easy, and it certainly wasn't something that just got handed to you and I had to work my butt off. But the beauty of that is Dad instilled in me the work ethic that afforded me the ability to bust my butt to you know, to try and do better and make something of myself. So, which is why now I started the YouTube as a side gig to try and buy a sports car, and I love trucks, and I always wanted a project truck. So, you know, got a long ways to go if we're going to make this YouTube channel so that you could support someone on it. But I just want to try and do it so that I can help support my dad. And more than ever, Dad needs me, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do. So that's just what we're going to do. And we're going to make more videos, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to remember Mom for the awesome person that she was, the great mother that she was, the bookkeeper that she was, the salesman she was, because she liked sewing and made stuff and sold it at the farmer's market. So I don't know. We'll see how much she has. If our plans are to have a celebration of life in the summer, and then, like, because she made tablecloths or placemats, I guess. I don't think she made tablecloths and stuff like that. So depending on how much there is, maybe I can sell some on the Shopify account, and I'll open it up to share it with you guys if you're interested as well. But in the meantime, if you could support Dad, it would be so much appreciated. Link down below. Buy a coffee. And just thanks for supporting the channel. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. And you know, that's why I wanted to share this little video, let you guys know what happened. And you know, at the end of the day, I want Mom's memory to be shared on a platform where it'll be there forever. And all the truck videos with Dad will be there forever unless Google disappears. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. But anyways, guys, I'm going to quit yammering and blubbering. I'm going to share some pictures of Mom and Dad. And Mom, you know, like when just before, like, I guess it was June, they did a trip to the Yukon. And, you know, Mom looked healthy. She looked good. They were happy. You know, Mom always wanted to go to the Yukon, so Dad took her, and, you know, and they had a great trip, and that was their last big trip. So, you know, it's, yeah, they sold their Arizona property, so they're not there anymore. And, you know, hindsight, blessing in disguise. Dad always figured he'd be the one to go first, but you know, if something happened down in the US, I don't know what we would do because of insurance and all that, but it didn't. It happened in Canada, but then, you know, sometimes you wonder if maybe free health care, maybe you don't get the best care. I don't know. I got an uncle that lives in Sumas, Washington, and he said the insurance companies in the States kind of dictate how long you stay too. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what's better. I don't know what's worse. All I know is Mom's not here anymore. And if you got something going on with yourself where you don't feel right or you feel like something's off, go see someone. And if you're not happy with what they say, go to another hospital, go to another doctor, go to another clinic. Don't worry about thinking you're a pain in the butt because, you know, your health is all you got. You know, I would give up everything I have to have my mom back. But that ain't gonna happen, but I still have my dad. So we're going to look after Dad. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you managed to stay this long, stay tuned because the next video, I'm not sure when it'll be. Hopefully it'll be next Monday or probably won't be Monday. Maybe it'll be Friday. Anyways, the next video, we'll get back to work on the trucks. If Dad wants to talk about anything, he'll talk, and if not, we're just going to do our thing. And that's probably the way it's going to go, because, the hard part is when you start to talk and you start to think, that's when you get a little bit of a klept and a little weepy. But anyways, love you guys. Thanks for following. And give your loved ones a little extra love, because you never know when they're not going to be there the next day. So let bygones be bygones. And at the end of the day, the little stuff really doesn't matter. So take care, guys. Thanks for following along. We'll see you in the next one.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel, I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.